Angel Reese just got hit with the most brutal reality check of her career. The WNBA All-Star lineup was announced, and the name Angel Reese was completely missing. Not just from the starting five, not just from the bench, not even on the reserves list. She was left out entirely. And the silence from the fans, the players, and the media speaks louder than anything Reese has ever posted on Instagram. After months of screaming for attention, begging fans to vote, and trying to convince everyone she was the next big thing in women's basketball, this is what she got. Rejection from all angles. No amount of media praise, flashy magazine covers, or TikTok clips could save her from what just happened. Because at the end of the day, the court tells the truth. And the truth is, Angel Reese isn't who the media told us she was. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark didn't have to beg, didn't have to campaign, didn't have to fake anything. She just played, and the fans came running. Nearly 1.3 million votes for Clark, compared to Reese's embarrassing 500,000. That's not just a loss, that's a message. And that message is loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is the future. Angel Reese is just the noise. For months, the media shoved Angel Reese in our faces as the co-face of the WNBA. Forbes put her on a pedestal right next to Caitlin Clark like they were equals. Sports magazines crowned her the queen of the court before she even played a full season. The league leaned into it hard, putting her in promos, interviews, commercials, highlight reels. The message was clear. Angel Reese is a superstar. But now? She's not even an all-star. Not even close. She didn't crack the top 10 in fan voting. She finished in 13th place, behind players who barely get media coverage but show up every single night and put in the work. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark didn't have to say a word. She just let her game do the talking. And it screamed. Clark dominated the fan vote with nearly triple Reese's numbers. While Reese was busy posting selfies and begging fans to vote, Clark was hitting deep threes, making clutch plays, and packing arenas. The difference couldn't be clearer. This wasn't a snub, it was a full rejection. Fans didn't forget Angel Reese. They ignored her on purpose. So, what went wrong? Simple. Angel Reese couldn't deliver. Her numbers tell the real story. She's averaging just 11.3 points per game, 11.9 rebounds, and shooting an ugly 38.9% from the field. For someone who's 6'3" and was hyped as an unstoppable interior force, those stats are flat out weak. She's not dominating, she's not leading, she's not even improving. Her scoring is down, her rebounding is down, her efficiency is way down. And yet, somehow, the media kept calling her a generational talent. But real basketball fans see through the lies. The WNBA isn't about who has the most followers. It's about who can show up and take over a game. Caitlin Clark is doing that. Angel Reese isn't. That's why Clark was a unanimous pick by the media. That's why players around the league voted for her. That's why fans flooded the ballots in her favor. Reese's entire campaign was built on social media and magazine spreads. But when it came time to play, she folded. And the WNBA world responded with silence. The most embarrassing part? Angel Reese didn't just quietly miss the All-Star cut. She begged for it. Day after day, she was online posting reminders, asking fans to vote, almost pleading with them to help her get in. She used her platform, her followers, and her media spotlight to push one thing: her own name. And still, the support didn't come. It wasn't even close. While she was begging, Caitlin Clark said nothing. She didn't ask. She didn't need to. She just kept playing elite basketball, and the fans responded. That's the difference between hype and respect. Reese was everywhere, doing interviews, posting selfies, throwing shade, and acting like her popularity would carry her to the top. But when it came time for real basketball fans to vote, they didn't vote for the Clout Queen. They voted for the real star. Caitlin Clark didn't win because of popularity. She won because of dominance, impact, and results. Reese's campaign exposed her biggest weakness, not her game, but the fact that she thought image would be enough. Let's talk about the media. The same media that spent months hyping up Angel Reese, calling her the it girl of the WNBA, completely abandoned her when it mattered most. Not a single major outlet stood by her when it came time to vote. USA Today's Megan Hall, she left Reese off her All-Star ballot. Sports Illustrated didn't even mention her name. These are the same people who wrote nonstop features about her, praised her every move, and tried to force the narrative that she was the future of the league. But when they had to back it up with votes, they disappeared. Why? Because they knew the truth. Angel Reese isn't delivering. And no journalist wants to look foolish putting someone with below-average numbers on an all-star ballot. The media turned their backs because the illusion broke, and now Reese is left standing in the ruins of the fake empire they helped her build. The press helped inflate her brand, and now they're letting it pop. Even her peers didn't vote for her. The WNBA's all-star system isn't just about fan hype. It includes media and player ballots too. These are people who know the game, they watch film, they compete night after night. And they left Angel Reese off their lists without hesitation. Not one player, not one reporter, not one coach was fooled. They all saw through the social media noise and looked at what actually mattered. Impact. Reese didn't have it. Caitlin Clark did. Clark was a unanimous choice from the media because her performance left no doubt. She hits big shots, makes her team better, and carries herself like a leader. Reese? She brought drama, inconsistent play, and excuses. And when the votes came in, the truth hit hard. The league spoke, loud and clear. Angel Reese might be famous online, but on the court, she's not even in the conversation. That's why the players didn't rally behind her, because she hasn't earned their respect. Angel Reese's fall is even more shocking when you remember how hard the WNBA tried to make her the star. She was the face of promos, her highlights were blasted all over league social accounts, she had more interviews than veterans who've been grinding for years. And still, when fans had the chance to lift her up, they didn't. They looked at her numbers and walked away. 11 points a game. Under 40% shooting, less than one block. For someone labeled dominant, that's a joke. She had every tool and every opportunity. She was handed the spotlight, and she wasted it. Caitlin Clark didn't get handed anything. She fought for every vote by showing up on the court and winning games. That's the difference. Clark earned it. Reese expected it. And now she's watching from the sidelines, not just out of the starting lineup, but out of the entire All-Star game altogether. But the WNBA gave her the keys and she crashed the car. This isn't just about stats. It's about what the All-Star flameout truly means. It's a sign that the basketball world is done playing along with fake stars. They want leaders. They want winners. They want real hoopers who show up and make an impact. Angel Reese promised all that and gave nothing. And it's not just the WNBA fan base that's moving on. It's everyone. Brands, analysts, players, coaches, they've all stopped pretending. They see the gap between who she says she is and who she really is. And that gap is getting bigger by the day. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is proving why she's the name on everybody's lips. She's not divisive, she's not polarizing. She's just great. And great always wins. Angel Reese built her brand on talking. Caitlin Clark built hers on playing. And in a league that's finally getting national attention, only one of them is helping push the sport forward, and it's not Reese. So where does Angel Reese go from here? That's the scary part. The spotlight is already shifting. The same media outlets that once praised her non-stop are now silent. The fans that once hyped her up? They're tuning in to Caitlin Clark. The league that gave her every chance to shine has moved on to players who actually produce. Reese thought her fame would carry her. She thought the internet would crown her, but now she's learning the hard way. The WNBA isn't a popularity contest, it's a performance league, and right now, she's not performing. This all-star shutout is more than just a missed opportunity, it's a public warning. Step up or step out. Because Caitlin Clark just proved that real stars don't need to ask for the spotlight. They are the spotlight. And Angel Reese, she's quickly fading into the background of a league that gave her everything and got nothing in return.